Hey, North Florida. Greetings from San Jose, Costa Rica, where it's a balmy 84 degrees in February. I'm not used to that. I'm sure it's pretty chilly back in Tallahassee for the start of baseball and softball season. I know where we were living in Tennessee, they got snow on the ground and it's chilly up there. But we're down here close to the equator, where this is dry season in San Jose, Costa Rica. So we don't get any rain. We won't get rain for another 2 months probably. And it's going to stay anywhere from 60 degrees in the evening to 82 to 84 at the highest during the day. So I got to wear a hat because my bald head will it gets burnt from the walks to school. We'll talk more about school here in a second. I wanted to show you though before we get too far into it, where Costa Rica is really actually located. Give you guys an idea. This map I'm showing you right now, it's you can see Cuba at the top of the page. If the picture was big, if the map was bigger, you'd see Florida just north of Cuba. And obviously, boys and girls, that's where you guys live, in Florida. And so just south of Florida is Cuba, and then south of Cuba you see where that red marker is, that's Costa Rica. This next map I'm going to show you is a zoomed in picture of San Jose. San Jose is the capital, and the marker is on a district just southeast of the capital called San Francisco de los Rios. When you guys hear San Francisco, you think of what state? I hope someone said California, because we have a San Francisco, California. 49ers got whooped in the Super Bowl from out that way. But we're in San Francisco de los Rios, two rivers, San Francisco of two rivers, and that's where we're living. And we go to school here, and we go to church here, and we shop here. And the only time we leave San Francisco is whenever we want an adventure. We'll go into San Jose, or just north. We'll go into an area called Zapote, and we'll check that out. We got here on December 30th, the morning. It was a Sunday morning. We got moved into our rental home, met our landlord, and we got here just in time to see the New Year's festivities down here in Costa Rica, the different traditions and things like that. The fireworks are unbelievable. Unlike the States, there's no license or there's no laws about who can get how big of fireworks. The bigger the better. Your neighbor can shoot them off right in your backyard, and so it's pretty intense. It'll rattle the windows of your house. And in fact, our neighbor's show was so crazy it knocked out the power for our whole street. And so our second night here, we were without power for a few hours. It came back like at 2 or 3 in the morning, but it was. And the fireworks go until 2 or 3 in the morning, so you can't sleep. It's crazy. So they start right at midnight, and they'll go for 3 hours straight. But they're beautiful. It's really a unique situation. They make these lanterns. Everybody, they like to make these lanterns. They put a candle in these lanterns, and then the heat from the candle obviously lifts these lanterns, and they float up into the sky. And so you can look around and see 10, 15, 20 these lanterns at a time just floating up. It's kind of a cool tradition. From December 25th to January 6th, I think it is, for just a couple weeks there. Every year they celebrate a 2-week festival here in Zapote, which is our neighbor district to San Francisco. And they have a huge bullfighting ring there. It's really cool. I'll show you a picture here in a second. And not only is it like an unbelievable fair where they have all of these rides for 2 weeks, and it's like the Florida State Fair, except there's a huge bullfighting ring, and there's bullfights every afternoon and evening for 2 weeks. It's the only time of the year that the bullfights are taking place. And it's different from the ones, say, in Spain or South America where the bull gets hurt. This is where all of the people get hurt, because what they'll do is they'll jump in the ring with the bull and get prizes for trying to touch the bull, or get prizes for taking a balloon off the bull's back or a ribbon off the bull's back. But most of the time these guys are ending up in the hospital. It's a crazy deal. We had one of our friends from ILE, from the Language Institute here, actually go out and participate in this one night, like the second night of the semester, and he spent 2 days in the hospital because of it. So it's a pretty dangerous thing. Those bulls are powerful. Here's a few clips of what goes on.
Get back up again, it's never too late to get
schools do not play. And this big gringo wasn't getting anywhere near those things. And so every year we'll get to look forward to more of those events and more of the nasty hitting and trampling. Let's talk real quick before we close about school. That's the whole reason we're here. Right now, we're actually not involved a whole lot in the ministry aspect of SCORE Costa Rica. We're getting the language first, and the kids are at Sojourn Academy, while Mrs. Champion and I are at the Language Institute, referred to as ILE, Instituto de Lengua de Español, and that's where we are. Mrs. Champion and I start at 7:30 every day, and we go till 12:05, and the kids go from 7:30 every day till 2:30. And it's quite the experience. Picking up all this Spanish is difficult. I want to show you a couple pictures here. The first picture you're looking at right here is actually the sidewalk that goes right down the middle of campus. There's buildings on each side of it. Obviously, this would be like the hallway. It's outside instead of indoors like the hallways of North Florida. But all the way down the far end of this sidewalk is the gymnasium and the preschool, and then as you work closer to where I'm standing when I took the picture, you have middle school building and the high school building, and then behind me where I'm standing is going to be the Language Institute for the adults. And so this is kind of the outdoor center sidewalk. Out the middle school wing, as you notice, lockers are outside, the classrooms are inside the lockers. You can see the plants out there. This is what it looks like. The kids between bells will go to their lockers outside and then change classes. So it's a little different from the North Florida's middle school. You're looking here at a typical classroom. They're not very big. The windows stay open all the time. Always a nice breeze coming in and out, and tile, no carpet. They'll fit 15 kids in a classroom. But this is a typical high school, middle school classroom here. Elementary is not much different here at Sojourn Academy. Mrs. Champion and I go to school in the same piece of property, just at the top of the hill, and we have two different classroom buildings. One of them is 2 stories that we have our classes in, and then we have a chapel and building and an administrative building. Here's the administrative building. You're taking a look at that right now. Beautiful piece of property around it. It is very tropical. This is a hallway, if you will. You're outside like the high school. This is some of our classrooms. Here's the inside of one of our classrooms. Obviously really small. There's only about 6 people in each one of our classes. Mrs. Champion takes different classes than I do. All of it Spanish all of the time. So it gets pretty tricky. Just when you understand one concept, they throw another one at you. So, but we look forward to finally getting the language. We're going to be doing this until August. So the beginning of next year for you guys. So be in prayer for us as we continue our education. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed our update from Costa Rica. I look forward to making the next one and sending it to you. Keep us in your prayers because we need a lot of it as we learn this Spanish language. All right. Goodbye for now.